Brinkburn Priory and Manor House is a remarkable historic site in rural Northumberland, near Longframlington, on a peaceful bend of the River Coquette, about 4 miles east of Rothbury. It combines a beautifully preserved medieval priory church with a later manor house built within the old monastic precincts, and today, it's cared for by English Heritage and regarded as one of the most evocative historic places in the county. Founded circa 1130 to 1135 by William Bertram, Lord of Mitford, as an Augustinian priory dedicated to Saints Peter and Paul, Brinkburn was home to a community of canons who lived a communal, prayer-focused life following the rule of Saint Augustine. The priory church was built in the transitional style between Norman and Gothic architecture, and completed by about 1220. Although never rich, Brinkburn weathered periods of hardship, including Scottish raids, and poverty across the 14th and 15th centuries. It was dissolved in 1536 under Henry VIII's dissolution of the monasteries. At that time it had a modest income, and only around 10 canons. After dissolution, the priory church continued in parish use for some time, even as other buildings fell into ruin. In the late 16th century, the Fenwick family built a manor house on part of the monastic site, incorporating monastic remains, including vaulted undercrofts from the monks' dining hall. Both church and manor later fell into decay, with the priory roof collapsing before 1700. In the 19th century, the estate's owners, the Hodgson and Cadogan families, undertook major restorations. The manor house was rebuilt in neo-Gothic Tudor styles and the priory church re-roofed and refurnished from 1858 onwards. The estate stayed in private hands until 1953, and in 1965 the site was placed into state care, today under English Heritage. The priory church is one of the few monastic churches in England that isn't a ruin. Its medieval stonework survives largely intact thanks to sensitive Victorian restoration. Inside, you'll find a mix of medieval fabric and Victorian fittings, with notable features including stained glass, incorporating medieval fragments, ancient fonts, and historic memorial slabs. Though not used for weekly services, it remains consecrated and occasionally hosts special religious services, concerts and events. Adjacent to the priory church stands the 19th century manor house, built onto the monastic undercroft. Its exterior presents a striking Gothic silhouette, and inside, the bare rooms invite visitors to appreciate the architectural layering from medieval to Victorian eras. The setting is one of Brinkburn's greatest charms, a quiet, wooded riverside ravine with scenic walks and peaceful views over the River Coquette. The site is usually open seasonally, often spring to autumn, and may have limited opening days or guided tours. Please check ahead before visiting. Aside from heritage visits, the wider Brinkburn estate now hosts accommodation, events and wedding venues in and around the historic buildings. Visitors often describe Brinkburn as a tranquil, almost timeless place where the combination of historic architecture and natural landscape makes for a contemplative experience very different from more crowded tourist sites. If you enjoy medieval history, peaceful settings, and architectural layering, Brinkburn Priory and Manor House offer a uniquely atmospheric glimpse into England's monastic past and its later reinterpretations.